Alright guys, now we're going to work on the profile page. So this page here as well as the login, and that should be it for this theme. The profile page is going to be similar to the index page or the dashboard, because we're going to have a couple buttons up here. We're going to have a 9-column and a 3-column. So I think that that's the best bet to start with. So let's copy the index HTML file and let's create a new file called profile.html, and we'll go ahead and paste that in. And let's go up to the top and let's take the active class off of the dashboard. Okay, so we won't have any active class. And then in the header, we're just going to say edit profile, and we're going to change this to a user icon. Now for the actions, we're going to have back to dashboard, change password, and delete account. And none of them are going to be modals, so we can actually just get rid of all these attributes here for the modals. Okay, so as far as colors, the first one's going to be light, and this will be arrow left, and we're just going to say back to dashboard. Second one here, success is fine for the color. Let's make this say change password, and I'm going to do FA lock for the font awesome icon. And then this last one will be delete account, which will be a danger color, a red color. So BTN danger. And then for this, let's do trash. All right, now down here, this is going to be the profile, so we'll call this ID profile, and then we're going to have a 9-column div, but we're not going to have let's see, we're going to have a heading or a header, card header. We'll say edit profile, but we're not going to have a table, so we can get rid of the entire table here. Get rid of that table. We can also get rid of everything in the call MD3, so these boxes, so everything inside the call MD3, which is all that stuff. Okay, so let's go under the card header and let's put the card body. And in here we're going to have a form. Let's see. We'll just type it out, I guess. So we'll say form. And this is going to have a name, email, and a bio. And the bio is actually going to have the WYSIWYG editor attached to it as well. So let's say label for name, input, form control, and let's put a value here. So we can put whatever. We'll just say John Doe. Actually, I'll put my name because we say in the navigation it says welcome Brad, but feel free to put whatever you want. So let's see. Oh, I forgot to put this in a form group. So we just want to wrap these in a group. Okay. So now what I'll do is just copy this and let's paste this in 2 more times. So the second one here will be email. And for value, just say test@test.com or whatever you want to put. And then for the text editor, let's see, this is going to be the bio. And this is going to actually be a text area. So we're going to get rid of this and do text area, class form control. And then we don't want to put a value here. We actually want to put the name of editor 1. And then we want to put an ending tag, and we'll put just some dummy text in here. We'll say lorem 40 tab. Okay, so that should be the 9-column. Now the 3-column is going to have our avatar. In fact, you know what I forgot to do is bring over the images. There's only actually one image on this project, so if we go to Blogin, you'll see there's an avatar PNG. So what I'll do is just grab that and bring that over to our theme into images or IMG and paste that in. Okay, so now let's go in our 3 column and let's put an H3 and we'll just say your avatar. We'll put an image and let's give this a class. I want this to display block. So block level element. I also want it to be fluid. And I also want a margin bottom of 3. So the source is going to be img/avatar png. And then under it, we're going to have an edit image and a delete image button. So let's say button. Let's give this a class of btn. And let's do btn primary and btn block. We want everything on its own line. And we'll just say edit image. And then what I'll do is copy this down and we'll change this to delete image. And we'll change the color here to danger. All right, so let's save that, take a look. Let's go to profile. And there we go. So we have our little edit, our little fields here, name, email, bio with the editor. We have our avatar, we have a delete image, edit image, and so on. All right, so that looks good. Let's make these go to index.html, at least the back to dashboard, because I do want to be able, even though it's not a real like application, I still want to be able to navigate around. So let's change that to index.html. Okay. And when you start to learn, if you don't know one already, if you start to learn a server-side language like PHP or JavaScript on the server, Node.js or Ruby on Rails or Python, you can use this theme and you can build a back end for it, which is something that I've thought about doing for a course. So now what we want to do is our login page. So let's create a new file called login.html. And we'll open that up. And this is going to be quite different than the other pages. It's because it's going to be just like a little box, and the nav bar isn't going to have all the links. But we still want to copy something here. Let's grab, we'll just grab like post.html, I guess, or something simple, categories. And then we'll go and paste that in. Okay, we don't need, we'll leave that. We want the footer. So up in the top, we don't want any active, we don't want any links. So we want to get rid of, let's see, we want the branding here. And we don't even need this button. We don't need this whole div with all these links, which ends right here. So we can get rid of that. Pretty much all we need is that. Okay, and then let's see, we have the header. I'm going to change this to BG primary. And we'll keep all this. We'll change this to blogging admin or admin. We'll just keep that, yeah, blogging admin. And let's change this to FA user. And then let's see, we're going to have an actions area in case you want to add something here, but we're not actually going to put anything in it. So actions, I think initially I was going to, but I decided not to. But we'll just keep the row. Okay, like that. And it's going to provide the spacing as well that we need. And then let's see, this is going to be our login. So this will be a section with the ID of login. We're going to have a container, a row, and then we can get rid of everything that's in this call. So this call ends here. So we'll get rid of everything inside of it. And I actually want this to be a 6-column div, so column D6. And we could offset it, because I want it to be in the middle. We could offset it, or we can do MX auto, which will just put margin auto on the left and the right. And then inside here, we're going to have a card. So let's do card. Let's do card header. And in the header, we're just going to put an H4 and we're going to say account login. Okay, and then under the header itself, we're going to put the body. Okay, inside the body, we're going to have a form, and I'm going to keep the action. I'm going to have it go to index.html, so when we submit it, it actually brings us to our dashboard. Okay, we're just going to have two inputs or two fields, which will be email and password. So let's do a form group. So in our form group, we're going to have a label for email. We'll say email, and let's do input with the class of form control. And underneath that, let's just copy this div here. So underneath that, we're going to have our password field. And we'll change the type to password. Okay, that's good. And then we want, obviously, a button. So we'll go under this div here. And let's put an input. We'll do a type of submit. Value will be login. And let's put a class, or a couple classes. We want BTN, BTN primary, and BTN block. Okay, and I think that should do it. So let's check it out. Let's save. And now if we click logout, that actually redirects us to login HTML. So let's click that, and there we go. So that looks pretty good. It's very, very simple, but that's fine. And you can see that I kept the actions here because I do want this gray line right here. And if you wanted to put something in there, you could. If you had like a register page, maybe a link to register, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, so that's good. And then if we, no matter what we put in here, and we log in, the action just goes to the HTML page, so it'll actually bring us to that page. Okay, so that's it, guys. We have built the Blogin theme, and like I said, you can use this in you know, to use with your server-side programming if you want. If you wanted to add a back end to this with a database, obviously that's not what we're doing in this course. This is a UI course, a front-end course. But that's it. So in the next section, in the next project, we're going to build the portfolio grid theme.